I'm going to read you an excerpt from something I wrote for this book called The Best She Ever Had. I pressed Jack to tell me more about Carrie, and the wind carried the voices from cafe brunchers down the shore onto our beach spot, but I pulled another towel over my head and I could hear only him. Well, she said a lot of nice things about me. He said she's complimentary. Like what? I tried to imagine what she might say. Sir, you have a very nice cock. That's what I'd say to Jack if I just had a one-night stand with him. Nice cock, beautiful hair. She said, okay, this is embarrassing. She said I was the best lover she'd ever had. You're kidding! Yeah, incredible as it may seem, Susie, we both buried our heads in the beach towel and laughed. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean, he said and nudged my crotch with his toe. I sat up in the sand so I could see him better. We were both struggling with our straw hats in the wind. I decided to speculate. Well, maybe what friend Sheila said about her being so sexually inexperienced is true. But she's 32. Yeah, well, 32-year-old sex today is what 16-year-old sex was in our day, just creeping out of their egg. Is it really that bad? Yeah, think about it. If she was holding out through high school and then playing it safe in college, that doesn't leave a lot of time for sodomy and wasted nights. That's such a shame. But then what about all those blowjobs she talked about? It fits in, you know. She's afraid of everything else. Tell me that part again, about her first boyfriend. I dug my toes into the sand until they hit the wet part. She said that she just broke up with her first real boyfriend and that when they got together, she promised him 1,000 blowjobs. Sherazade. She got up to 749 in 3 years. Whoa, 749? Yes. Now, that seems like a magic number. You see, we'll never forget that number now. 749, and we've only heard it once. But I don't see, how did she manage to keep track? I mean, I tried to do that when I was first fucking, but every time I went to bed with someone new, I'd change my idea about what good sex was or what love was, and then my old system didn't make any sense. Well, maybe it's easier with blowjobs if that's all you're doing. But she didn't come, did she, from going down on you, did she? No, of course not. It was hard for her to come. She kept trying to block me. She couldn't believe I wouldn't try to fuck her, trick her, and afterwards she said she didn't want to do that. And then, when I went down on her, she didn't think I really wanted to eat her, and she kept not believing, and that made her orgasm even more remote. I bet all the women who actually come giving head don't count the number. Okay, this is my theory. This really is. If you really dig head, you're not counting. If you want to swallow cock all the time, if that gets you off, you aren't competitive about it. You're just hungry, right? I mean, who keeps track of how many times they eat their favorite meal? My point, right? Jack dropped his voice. She was kind of rare, you know. She swallowed everything, every drop. Oh, Jack. Oh, no, that makes me feel like such an asshole. Jack, that's not so rare. I've just brainwashed you. I'm terrible. Is that so? You're the only one who's not swallowing? You should repent then. I can't. It's too late. You know, I don't give a shit about blowjobs. But don't you remember when we first were together and I did the whole deep throat number, sucked it down, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the whole BJ matcha thing to show a guy what you're made of. I don't remember any of that. Well, see, I told you I was mediocre. I I didn't do it for that long because we got comfortable. And if you'd only really wanted blowjobs from me, the whole thing would have fallen apart after 2 dates. Well, what did I want from you? Jack turned around and traced a circle in the small of my back. You wanted me to be a good girl and come really hard for you. Oh, well, you're a very good girl then. And you like to show me, don't you? Is that rare? No, it's what practically everyone feels, and if they weren't so insecure in doing their stupid little dance maneuvers, everybody would take it for granted. I pulled off my sun hat and ducked my head against his chest. I didn't know if he could hear me talking into his heart. When you fuck me, you know I feel it, and I know you feel me giving it up to you. That's what it's about. It's not so complicated. He lifted my head up. Do you want to stamp your foot now? I'm gonna stamp it real hard. You don't have to get mad about Carrie. I'm not. I'm practically praying for her. It's just the whole thing that makes me mad. All these BJ queens who can't come, won't come. One day, they'll want to have a baby, and after that, their competition and affection will go straight to their children, and they'll never want to have sex again. The blowjob queen of today is the celibate of tomorrow. You better teach Carrie something about her sexual self-interest before it's too late. You could teach her too. Oh, come on, she's not attracted to me. You don't know that. Oh, yes I do. She's not the least bit queer. And if she ever does anything with a girl, it's going to be with another little flower like herself, not some predatory old bag. Jack, yeah, keep laughing. Jack leaned over and bit my ass cheek. Ouch! Fuck you, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not convincing some squeamish straight girl into accepting my ministrations. Talk about humiliating. You're making an awful lot of assumptions. Yeah, right. Well, tell her I want the, 251 blowjobs she forgot to give her ex. I'll strap on my biggest tool. But I want to do that part. Yeah, you're a greedy little pig. What I want to know is, when are you going to see her next? I don't know. I can't see her this week, and she can't see me next week, and I don't even know what week it is after that, but she really wants to get together. Oh, that's crippled. When I found anyone who qualified as the best lover I ever had, I was driving all night to see them after a 12-hour shift. I was hitching rides, telling lies. Jesus, if she's telling the truth, you're in for it. That's right. You used to drive to Nevada from San Francisco to see me. Every week, then every 3 days. Every day you weren't working. Well, that's what I mean. Why can't she just come up and see you for one fucking night? She only lives an hour away, and you're the one who has kids and a day job. Is she afraid of seeing me? Of being in our house? That's probably part of it. Have you told her you have separate bedrooms, the life of polyamorous luxury? I told her we have plenty of room and that she could spend the night, but I think this openness is sort of new to her. She asked what it would be like with you here. And what did you say? I said she might get devoured like a little bunny. Oh my God, did that make her scream? Yes. But you shouldn't have done that. But it's her not so secret fear.